Hey, good morning, everybody. This is Henry Kramer, 605 Chaser. Welcome to the show. We'll get started here very shortly. Allow a few people to join. I know a lot of people are waiting for this weather update for sure. All right, let's go ahead and see if we can get some chatter going here. Welcome to the show, everybody. I appreciate it. We're going to take a look. This is day three outlook, but what we're going to do is we're going to show you a breakdown of day one. Today is right here. One second. There we go. So we do have that marginal risk of severe weather in the northern plains, and we're expecting that later this afternoon. Again, marginally severe, nothing real huge expected, but there are things lurking for Friday the 13th in the northern plains, and we will break that down as best as we possibly can. Again, I appreciate you all joining. All right. So the main risk for today is going to be in areas of, you guessed it, down in Texas again, slight risk. We're going to show you all those risks here very shortly. Look at the tornado risk, very low, 2% risk. Again, we'll show you that on Radar Omega here in a moment and give you a breakdown. The wind risk, that is a 15% risk down in the Houston area. And you've already seen a lot of those storms this morning popping through this Houston, Texas area. The hail risk, pretty low, but still not zero. As you can see up in the northern plains over in Sioux Falls, South Dakota area as well. Those risks there for wind, tornado threat is pretty much non-existent. Day two outlook, as we can see, that ramps up a little bit more. It's less than 2% for all areas for tornado risk for tomorrow. The wind risk is increasing a little bit. It's 5%. And the hail risk, again, only 5%. But I think that there's going to be some things that definitely will change. It's also going to depend on um, what we have for the storms that do happen today. In the northern plains, we could end up having what's called capping in the atmosphere, where we could have some things that hinder that development for day two. But take a look at day three. Your day three outlook, that's where we do really see quite a significant uptick. This is going to impact areas of Billings, Montana, Garden City, Kansas, excuse me, Dodge City, Kansas, Gillette, Wyoming, Liberal, Kansas, all in that slight risk. I do expect this to have a number of supercells capable of producing some tornadic activity. Some significant wind risk is expected. This would be for Friday the 13th, and I know it seems scary, but we certainly do want to make sure that you guys are staying weather aware. Marginal risk outside of that. So Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, Wichita, Kansas area. Thanks for following, Dottie. I appreciate it. And also, Lubbock, Texas again, Amarillo, Texas, and Fort Collins. Those guys are in a marginal risk for day three, which would be Friday. So just stay weather aware. I do suspect that this slight risk will likely expand. Uh, it'll expand wider as well as uh, farther down south. That's my thought, and I'll show you as to why. Let me go to this dynamic here. One second. If we play this through here, this is June 11. We'll take a look at this. You can kind of see some of the disturbances kind of getting through there. And I'll explain this a little bit further here. Whoops, hang on one second. Back it up a little bit. So you do have this disturbance right over here, and it doesn't show it really impressive on the 13th, but this is just one weather model, so just be mindful of that. And we will show you, But as you can see, it certainly gets a little bit more ramped up over here on the west coast line. I'm going to show you radar omega here. It does a better job here. Meg, you're one away from 124,000. That's awesome. Good job, Meg. Houston, I'll take a look at Houston real quick here. You guys do have a risk for today. Let me go ahead and pull that up here 1 second. Houston, you guys do have that slight risk today. Let me get my radar omega pulled back up here 1 second. I appreciate the questions, everybody. All right, so this is a look at radar estimates of what could happen today. This is a look at around 8 p.m. So let me back this up a little bit. So Tyler, Texas, you guys right now have a special weather statement. You got lots of flooding. That's a main concern in areas of Dallas. You know, that flooding is expected to continue for the next couple of days. As far as being okay in Houston area, let's go ahead and take a look at the composite reflective and play that out a little bit further here. There's nothing severe right now. I mean, there's flash flooding all over the place, but there are no severe thunderstorm warnings. Right now, we just have, not that that's bad, not that that's a good thing, but we have 3 flash flood warnings. Got a special marine warning that is further over into areas of Corpus Christi area. And then the special weather statement, we have 6 of those. That includes Malheur County. All right, let's go ahead and Dwight, Kansas. It's by Junction City. I'll do Dwight, Kansas. So Dwight, Kansas area today, we're not expecting any severe weather. Your severe weather is actually just going to be, or not severe weather, but your weather is going to be just general thunderstorms. That's laid out in this lighter shade of green. So these are the risks area for today. And we'll do a playthrough here of that pin drop. We got Dwight there. We're not expecting anything real huge in Dwight, Kansas today. Fort Worth area, again, not expecting a whole lot in way of severe weather in Fort Worth today. Still some rain, and I mean, we're not expecting tornadic activity, we're not expecting hail, and we're not expecting a wind threat in Fort Worth. It's going to continue to have plenty of moisture in Fort Worth. The timing of that, let me play that through here. We could have a few showers and general thunderstorms show up around 11 o'clock this morning in Fort Worth, Dallas area. And that'll kind of give way to some sun for a little bit. And then once we get into the evening hours for tomorrow, or the overnight hours, I should say, tonight into tomorrow, we have that rain pass through there again in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. So lots of lots of flooding is again expected in these areas. Tyler, Texas, I could get you here 1 second. We're expecting more rain for your area throughout most of the day here. Again, you're in a marginal risk for severe weather. So 444, LE4. Again, this is South Texas. Playing that through here, let's show you this. Let's actually take a look at HRRR and see what that shows here. 1 second. Leander, I could try and do Leander if that's in southern part of Texas. That's way up here. Leander, you guys are in a general or a marginal risk for today. Not expecting anything real significant in Leander today. All right, so this is southern Texas. So let's take a look at the estimates on that. All right, and as you can see, this is a look at around 1 p.m. Houston, League City, Beaumont area, expecting some of those rain showers to continue through there. And some of that severe weather is going to have a little bit of a struggle because you've already had the atmosphere pretty volatile overnight and into this morning. But I do think that by the time you get into the overnight hours or the late evening hours, this slight risk will still be there. For San Antonio, this is a look at estimates of midnight. San Antonio, New Braunfels, some of these more significant storms in these areas here. Bonham, Texas. Wanted to know about Dallas area. Did go through that here a moment ago. General thunderstorms is what is expected in Dallas area. There's still obviously going to be a lot of rain. Dallas Fort Worth area, you do expect to have some of that rain move through your area again later today into tonight, into the overnight. So flash flooding is still possible. Bonham, Texas, general thunderstorms expected for today. Huntsville, Texas. Again, make sure that you're doing a follow, do a solid and do a follow. It helps with the algorithm. It helps you guys as well, actually. All right, so this is an estimate based on HRRR for Huntsville. That's that little dot there. Again, going to continue to see some of those marginal risks, which would be some minor hail. You are pretty close to that slight risk, so just be mindful of that. That slight risk, you could have some wind threat there as well as some hail. Let me show you the hail factor isn't exactly that huge. Let me show you the tornado outlook for that area though. So just to the north of you, or just to the south of you, the Woodlands, Houston, you're in that 2% risk for tornadic activity. Thank you, JD, for the lightning. 10 times. Go, JD. Scott Burr, are you cold, Scott? Let's go ahead and take a look at Michigan. Not expecting anything in Michigan over the next couple of days. Let me pull the Storm Prediction Center information here. Um, so Michigan, general thunderstorms for today. Again, tomorrow, general thunderstorms for areas of Michigan. And then as we go through day 3, again, general thunderstorms. We are expecting to see a pattern change for areas of Michigan and Ohio River Valley. You'll go right back into some of that severe weather sometime next week. Not all the models are adding up with that, and there's not a whole lot of models that can go out too far with reliability and stuff. So Just be aware of that. So that's a look at day three. Day three, which would be Friday. Conroe, Texas is about an hour north of Houston. We close to Woodlands. Okay, thank you so much, Jade, for the detail. I appreciate it. Conroe. So Conroe, Texas, this is your estimates of the timing. I'll show you. This is kind of an estimate of what 7 a.m. would have been. You've already had some. So Conroe is right there. Expecting some afternoon showers. And then it'll clear out in your area. But overnight, we would suspect. Yeah, yeah, I have all kinds of different overlays, Tufts weather. It depends on the, excuse me, it depends on the weather mode. So, hey, Danielle, thank you. Hey, San Antonio. San Antonio, you guys are expecting some severe weather into the overnight hours. You're going to have this ramp up again sometime after 10 p.m. Just as a reminder, you guys in San Antonio, your risk for today, you guys are in that slight risk. So it's got to be conditional based on, hey, good job, Tufts Weather. I'm glad that you were able to get that going for you. So again, the Woodlands area, we're expecting some of those storms to be severe later today if this can break through the cap. And let me show you one other factor that we have here. Let's show you surface-based CAPE. This is the energy that's available to be able to get those storms to spin up. Okay, so the darker shade of colors, that's more CAPE, more energy. Just taking a moment here to go through that. Appreciate it. I yell bingo. I yell bingo. That's funny. Oh, I love that. All right, so having a little bit of a difficulty here. I'll take a look at that area here. 1 second. So as you can see, there's lots of energy that is expected to brew up. Willowbrook. Willowbrook, Texas. So again, you guys in Willowbrook, Houston, the Woodlands, New Braunfels, San Antonio, you guys are all in all the way over to Beaumont area. You're in that slight risk for severe weather today. I appreciate follow. Thank you, Kansas, Brian. Webb, I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys following. I do. Let's go ahead and take a look at the composite reflective again. Kind of show these are radar estimates. And the thing that I want to tell you guys is this is just one weather model. There's numerous weather models, and not all of them always agree. The closer that we get, then they start to come a little bit more into agreement. So let's kind of go a little bit further here into the week. I'm going to switch over to the NAM because I said I was going to kind of talk about some of the planes. Jade Alexis, I'm just terrified of getting a tornado. We just moved back after getting hit by a F2 tornado. Oh my goodness, Jade. Well, you know, the main thing is keeping yourself informed. So you're doing a great job by following some weather here, and that's the main thing. In Temple, Texas, I really hope Conroe, Texas, doesn't get it bad. Well, let's take a peek at some other factors here. I could look at the significant tornado parameters. Okay, Jade, we'll take a look at that. Significant tornado parameters over by Conroe, Texas here. Let's look at those factors here. 1 second. The numbers do come up around noontime. So we put an analyzer. Hey, JD, thank you again for the lightning bolts. I appreciate it so much. We're looking at significant tornado parameters here, and this kind of gives us a number. So when you see these numbers get a little bit larger like this would suggest that these areas would be possible for some brief spin-ups. I don't see anything that's really significant. Again, we're not expecting a tornado outbreak of any kind, but this area, Lockhart area, Luling, could sometime in the afternoon hours, if this if these storms can really, uh, really take off and get some of the capping to. Thank you, JD, for sharing the live. I appreciate that. And the lightning bolts, keep them coming. I appreciate that. So, folks, you can light up some gifts here. JD is helping us out with lighting things up. Let's, if you're able to, get some more gifts coming through. That certainly helps. I mean, it does take, I've got 3 different softwares that I utilize, and that all costs money. Plus, I do some live storm chasing in the field every once in a while whenever I can have a chance. But let's go over to Conroe, Texas area and see what we could see with the significant tornado parameters. I think Conroe, Texas is going to be okay. But just stay weather aware in Conroe, Texas today. Because I think by the time this thing can get moving through, it's going to already have stabilized in the atmosphere. That's my thought. Um, you're welcome, Jade. You're welcome. So again, this area here is in a 2% risk for tornado activity. But again, my thought is that I don't see anything that really shows anything significantly alarming in that area. I do see it fairly early on over in areas of San Antonio, and then it kind of dies out. All right, so let's go to the northern half. I want to kind of show you what's expected for these areas. I want to show you, more importantly, what we're expecting to have happen for the pattern. All right, look at that heat. Goodness gracious. We'll go to 500 millibars. This is going to kind of help you see the jet stream and where all this pattern change is happening. We'll wait for that to come through. I use Radar Omega. I also use WSV3, and I also use WeatherWise. So any one of those, just depends on your budget. So WeatherWise is probably the least expensive. However, it doesn't have, if you're into forecasting weather, it doesn't have the capability of seeing the models play out. The Radar Omega, that does have that capability. Although sometimes it has some struggles. And WSV3 is more of a broadcasting quality, so that's the most expensive. It's got all your stuff um, for hurricane outlooks, pretty much in my opinion, probably the diamond level type of radar, but that can only be used on a desktop. All right, so we're going to show this pattern that we're talking about as we get into the 13th and the 14th. It's having a struggle showing that on here as well, but right here is what we're kind of thinking where this pattern is going to change a little bit, and then we'll start seeing downstream some of these storms on the 13th and into the 14th. And let me show you that in the Storm Prediction Center outlook here. Okay, so we do have that slight risk over here in the yellow. That includes areas of Rapid City, South Dakota. I live in South Dakota, so that's why I'm spending a little bit of time in the northern plains here with some of these risks because I'm hoping to get a chase in this year, hopefully, but it doesn't look too promising anytime soon. So I do also want to do a solid for my folks that are in South Dakota for forecasts. I do the 7-day forecast as well. So Sioux Falls, South Dakota, what we're expected today is we have again some of those marginal risk severe weather today. Um, and again, it's only like a 40% chance. Later this evening, that's when things ramp up, and then that could hinder the risks for Thursday. But again, we do expect in areas of Sioux Falls, South Dakota, have to deal with marginal risk for severe weather today and tomorrow, and then still continuing to ramp up sometime next week. So look at this. We got 80-degree temperatures. Our average high is 80, average low is 57. We'll get back to the other weather for the rest of the United States. I just do want to make sure that I got my start by just starting reporting weather information to South Dakota, and I have continued to grow, which I appreciate so much. I didn't expect to go all the way to the U.S. And covering all areas globally, but still, I got to make sure that I give a solid to the folks that helped me to get my start, right? All right, so Friday, chances of showers, they're mostly cloudy, 74. We'll get that northerly breeze coming through at 10 to 15 miles per hour, and then partly sunny Saturday before we start bringing in those showers and thunderstorms possibility for Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. I know there's a part of a group of, gosh, over 600 storm chasers, and a number of them are saying Tuesday is going to be pretty significant. So we'll have to see how that plays out. I'm not sold on it yet, but we'll see what the pattern holds. We could end up having a omega block pattern as well. Who knows? All right, so let's check the rest of South Dakota. Aberdeen, your average high is 74. We're going to stay pretty close to that as we get into next week. Things are going to get a little bit more dicey, as you can see. Number of chances of showers and thunderstorms possible. Again, 40 to a 30%, 30 to a 40% chance on Tuesday night for Aberdeen, South Dakota. And as we get into Pierce, South Dakota, again, average high is 80, average low is 58. We're going to stay pretty close to that. There is some heat making its way through Sunday, Monday with those storms for Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday again next week. For today, the chances of storms are not as significant over in the Pierce, South Dakota area. Again, mostly going to be in the eastern half of the U.S. or of South Dakota. So Rapid City, average high is 77, average low 53. And then tonight, those storm chances increase as we do have an 80% chance of some showers and thunderstorms over there. Again, we're not seeing the marginal risk um, over into areas of Rapid City too much. But again, tonight into the overnight hours, that could end up changing. So just be mindful of that. Thursday, we do see the possibility again, some storms and showers and thunderstorms there. And then again, next week, by Tuesday, really ramps up again. We get that westerly breeze, 5 to 10 miles per hour. So that's all we got there. Let's go back to our weather models. Apologize, switched to the wrong one here. But as you can see, there are no severe thunderstorm warnings. That's great, right? So if Tufts weather is still in here, I have a number of weather models or a number of layouts that I utilize. So as you can see, this is what we're expecting for today's outlook. We have that marginal risk up here. Marginal risk for severe weather here. And let me go to a NAM 3K weather model. Actually, I'll go to NAM 12K so that way we can see a little bit further out here. And we'll take a look at some of the rain showers, the timing of that. In areas of Texas, you've got plenty of flooding going on, and unfortunately, that's going to continue over the next couple of days at least. And again, the timing for the storms in areas of the northern plains for today is going to be sometime late this afternoon into the overnight hours. NAM 12K is having a little bit of a struggle, so I'm going to switch over to the 3K. Let's take a look at that. Have a little bit better of an idea of where these storms are expected to fire off. And I don't know if I would say this is going to be real significant because obviously they have that marginal risk. But there are areas that indicated over by I-35 sometime later this afternoon into the evening hours, I-35 north of Ames and Des Moines. There could be some wind probability there for some risk. And then even areas to the east of Sioux Falls into southern Minnesota, that's a possibility there. Again, marginal risk, that just means that the storms that are expected to come through are going to have marginal size hail. So that'd be, maybe the pea size to marble size at best. There is going to be an update at 11:30 a.m., but I won't be able to do that as a live. But it'd be interesting to see what they have this. I don't expect this to get increased to a slight risk in this area of Sioux Falls. So appreciate the live shares and appreciate the follows, everybody. I appreciate that so much. Let's go ahead and take a look over in areas of Montana, see if that's going to have anything potential for getting increase on that. I don't see anything that suggests that that area needs to be increased from a marginal risk either. Brockton Drive, thank you very much for the heart me's. I appreciate it. We're going back to the south into Texas. I'm going to show you again the timing of these storms. All right, this is a look at 3 o'clock. Killeen, Austin, do expect some significant storms. They actually might end up increasing and making this go a little bit further north based on this weather model. The slight risk might end up going a little bit further north. So my thought is that they could end up expanding this to this area as well. If I was looking at this weather model. Will the rain stop in Ovila, Texas today? Oh goodness, you're in Dallas area. I wish I could say that it will. Let me, this is 3 o'clock estimates. It looks like you can see that green with that pin drop there, CJ or CG Kelvin. You can certainly see it's not going to stop. Yeah, it stops for a little bit. Yeah, around 10 p.m. But then guess what? You get another wham bam. No, thank you, ma'am. I don't want any more of that rain. This is a look at 10 a.m. tomorrow. Again, continuing with lots of torrential rain, unfortunately. Brockton Drive, thanks for the dyno. I appreciate it. Is it heading to Killeen soon? Let's take a look at live radar here, and we'll take a look at this a little bit further here. 1 second. All right, so some of these storms, and then I use the word storms pretty loosely there, but these storms are moving. It suggests that it's moving northward, but let me go ahead and go to a weather model to kind of show that a little bit better about Killeen here. This is a look at HRRR, the timing on that. So Colleen, it looks to be, based on this, not until later in the evening hours, the most significant part of the storms. But again, this is a marginal risk. So we're not expecting Colleen to have any tornado activity. We are expecting, unfortunately, into the overnight hours. Take a look at that as like 1 o'clock in the morning. We are expecting you guys to continue with lots and lots of rain. Look at all this rain, folks. Unfortunately, that's going to continue. These are radar estimates, so just be mindful of that. And that wind threat, let me show you the wind threat here. And let me switch over to different view here. There we go. Um, yes, yes. M skeleton 2.0 or 20. Yes, that is a lot of rain. I wish you guys wouldn't have that rain, but boy, oh boy, you guys are just, hot, muggy mess. There. Let's take a look at the temperature outlooks from the Climate Prediction Center. Let me shut these risks off. M. Sharma, Haslett, Texas. I could take a look at that before. Haslett, Texas. Unfortunately, it looks like Haslett, Texas. You're not going to be outside of this either. There's some storms. You guys are in general thunderstorms. You're not in the risk for severe weather, but you obviously are still in that risk for the flash flooding. That flash flooding, um, rainfall total of 2 to 4 inches with isolated higher amounts up to 5 to 7 inches. That's for central Texas and portions of North Texas. It's a lot of rain, folks. I mean, that's catastrophic rain there. So M. Sharma, the time of your rain showers and um, general thunderstorms is going to be sometime this afternoon and into the evening hours. Off and on. You're welcome. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at Tyler, Texas. Tyler, Texas, you're no stranger to weather. You're no stranger to water right now either. Holy cow, that's a lot. That you guys have had a rough go this morning. Noontime continues all the way. This is a look at 2 p.m. And then this is a look at 7 p.m. It kind of holds off a little bit before another round impacts Tyler, Texas around 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. It's a lot of rain for the next couple of days, folks. Waco, Texas area. So Waco, Texas, look at that. You guys are expecting some significant rainfall as well over the course of the next couple of days, unfortunately. You're welcome, Autumn. All right, let's go back up here, and we do want to go to live radar real quick because we have some things that are starting to happen here. 1 second. Let me go to a different. I'm going to bring up my WSV3, so 1 second here. Oh, goodness, I've got like 5 TVs that have all these weather models here. So 1 second. All right. Let me see if I can get my WSV3 to show up here. 1 second. Not that. And not that. Let's see if I can get it pull up here. 1 second. Oh, pooey pooey. That's not. No, I'm not susceptible to that risk. I've already got something else here. Hang on 1 second, folks. There we go. All right. All right, let's go ahead and take a look. This is a look at live radar here. And we might be able to bring this up here. We don't have any severe thunderstorm warnings. We don't have any severe thunderstorm warnings. Hold on, I don't know why this is not pulling up here. 1 second. All right. Well, we'll use this here. All right. So San Antonio, let's go ahead and take a look. Right now, we don't have any tornado warnings. We don't have any severe thunderstorms. We do have a few special weather statements. This is looking at Tyler, Texas here. This is a live look. Yes, this is a live look at the weather that's happening right now. We do have this special weather statement. Storm motion is moving off to the northeast. And this special weather statement is until 8:45. So a few more minutes, but then they've already got this other polygon on top of that. That was issued at 8:36, expires at 9:30. Quarter size hail, or actually not quarter size hail. This is 0.25, so not anything real significant, but nonetheless, still be weather aware of that. So there's a look at what's going on. Look at that. Again, lots of flash flooding going on in your guys' areas. San Antonio, Texas. You guys are expecting some more development later on today. Let me go ahead and show you the outlooks for day. Oh, for crying out loud, this is having some struggles again. That's a look at day 3. Didn't want to look at that. All right, I was going to put the risks on again, but unfortunately it's not working right now. So you guys can see the risks below um, with that. That was issued at 7:16 Central Daylight Time. Scotty Herring, 68, thanks for the share of the live. Alexis Fernandez, thanks for following. GR, thanks for the follow as well. Appreciate that. So again, San Antonio, you're expecting some more severe weather later today. You're in that slight risk for severe weather. You also are in that 2% risk for tornado activity. Again, that's going to be later this afternoon if it can build after these morning storms. The main thing with any severe weather events, when they put those risks out there, there's typically a lot of instability within the atmosphere, but sometimes the storm system can, or the atmosphere can get stabilized with all these storms moving through early on, and so then nothing really comes true from those predictions. But stay weather aware. That's why we always say stay weather aware. Don't be scared. Be prepared. All right. But yeah, look at down in Corpus Christi. We've already had some reports of some major wind in those areas. Pull those up here. Peak gust 41 miles per hour, measured at 7:32 this morning. 36 knots at Port Arkansas Mustang Beach. Let's see what else we got here. We do have this storm here moving over by Rockport, Texas area. It's a little hard to see. McAllen, Texas. One second here and I'll get that pulled up. McAllen, Texas is Monterey over in that area. One second here. So this is a live look at the radar. Yeah, tough weather. I keep on switching. It's part of my ADHD, I swear, because I can't sit still, and I can't sit still when I use so many different weather tools. I swear I have a spending problem when it comes to getting weather radars. Some people have a spending problem with going in and shopping. Mine's related to uh, weather. All right, so I was trying to get to McAllen, Texas. It's not showing up on here, but these are we're expecting some additional severe weather later today. McAllen, Texas, you guys are in. Let me see if I can pull that up. You guys are in that marginal risk for today. McAllen is somewhere down here. That's all I know. Brownie, is this coming towards Georgia? No, this is not. Thankfully, it is not. So, as far as Georgia goes, you guys have general thunderstorms expected today and tomorrow and day 3, which would be Friday. So, we're not expecting any huge significant weather in Georgia for at least the next few days. Madisonville, Texas, I'm assuming. You guys are still in that flood watch. Madisonville, you guys are in. You guys are in the marginal risk for severe weather. All right, so I do need to let you guys go because I got to get ready for work. But this is southern Texas that we're looking at there. And let me go back out here, show you kind of a bigger view of where all the storms are. As you can see, there's some weather that is trying to ramp up into areas of South Dakota. Um, Let me show my South Dakota viewers things trying to get going over in South Dakota here. But again, that area uh, over by Sioux Falls is in a marginal risk for today. So we're going to get these are going to become more numerous as we get into uh, later in the day and the afternoon hours. These are going to get more numerous, and we could have some marginally severe hail, which would be probably marble size or pea-size type hail. Nothing real significant expected. You're welcome. Mankato, Minnesota, southern Minnesota. So you guys are in a marginal risk. Well, Mankato, just to the south of you, is in a risk for today. So Mapleton, Winnebago, Wells, Minnesota, Worthington, Jackson, Fairmont, and then points southward over into Mason City, Iowa. Vermilion, South Dakota, Sioux Falls. You guys are all in a marginally severe weather. Good job, Tufts Weather. How do I post TikTok videos on PC? I basically, um, I utilize, I do the recording and then it saves it there. And then once you have, wherever you have that video saved, you would go ahead and there should be in TikTok Live Studio, there should be that ability to um, do a post within there. All right. So the Welsh, that's kind of what we're expecting for areas. Let me go ahead and pull up a weather model and show you that, and then I do have to let you guys go. I'm going to show you kind of what could happen in areas of South Dakota today. Go through the next 18 hours here. Waiting for that to load. Give me a moment here and I'll kind of show you. These are radar estimates of what could happen today. All right, so let's utilize this here. 1 second. So this is a look at 8 a.m., 9 a.m. This is kind of pushing it forward a lot sooner. So this is around 11:30 in the morning. And here's that severe weather, marginally severe weather. Look at that. Possibility of some wind right here around noontime. Salem, South Dakota, DeSmet could have some hail in there. Look at this one. This is likely going to, I think they may end up upgrading the risk for the wind threat based on this. So Watertown, Brookings area, since I got some Minnesota folks in here, kind of show you guys what we're expecting here. So if you're west of Worthington, Minnesota, so the Laverne area, this seems to be always what happens. It kind of skips over Sioux Falls area and then goes into southwestern portion of Minnesota, northwest Iowa. Those storms get more numerous. We're looking at estimates right now. This is around 4 p.m. Jay, I could definitely take a look at, hey, Rylan, could you look at Houston at 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. with this? Yes. I got a hard stop at 9 o'clock, folks. So I do a 9 o'clock Central Daylight Time. So I definitely need to be done at that point. As you can see, more numerous storms redevelop over the areas on today in the evening hours over Austin, Minnesota, in that area. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at Houston. That's what we were wanting to know here. So Houston area, way down here. All right, these are radar estimates. There's the time up above the don't forget to share the live and tap, tap, tap that screen. It shows the love that you love the content. That helps with the algorithm through TikTok. All right, so this is a look at Houston timing. More numerous storms continuing throughout there. So it looks like by the time you get done with after 7 p.m., things clear out. But guess what, Houston? Boom, there's more. You guys can't catch a break for nothing. So Houston area is right here. So about 1 o'clock in the morning, LaGrange area and San Marcos and San Antonio, some of that severe weather makes its way eastward. And if it can hold itself together that early in the morning hours, then Houston, you got more rain expected over the next couple of days, unfortunately. And if we take a look at the surface temperatures right now and the dew points, let's load that in here. So the dew points right now, we've got them in the upper 70s. Lots of moisture. The temperatures right now, Houston, you're looking at a balmy, looks like 81 degrees. Not fun. All right, so I'm going to let you guys go. God bless and stay safe. I will be back tomorrow with another weather update. I am thinking about doing pre-recorded weather updates and then only going live for the severe outbreaks. So we'll have to see how that goes. But the main reason for that is I can put things together a little bit better instead of kind of this back and forth. All right. God bless. Stay safe. Again, there are no current severe thunderstorm warnings. There's no tornado warnings. The main thing that you got going on right now is in central Texas